Hey, Saba, how you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, listen, happy post Mother's Day to you.
Thank you. Thank you so
I
much.
hope you're welcome. I hope you had a good one. And I was going to say, you're so good at this show, and I was thinking it was maybe a no-brainer being a mom yourself that you kind of had to take it on.
It was totally a no-brainer. I mean, I completely related to the role of Nas. I mean, not only, did she remind me of my own mom, but me as a mom. I relate to the situations that she's in some way. Yeah, it was a no-brainer.
So tell me a little bit about how it all came to be for you, because I understand that after you had your second child, you kind of thought, okay, I'm going to get back into this acting game, and it came to you.
It it's always risky when you go off and have children. It's really hard. It's not easy, especially the second one is like exponentially harder than the first one. You're more exhausted. There's more recovery time. But actually, the audition for Chad was my very first audition. Right after I came back from having my second child, and have such an amazing, audition to have this great script to perform, and it was the first, I think, first Persian show I had ever auditioned for. So it was amazing. It was like the perfect scenario.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's awesome. That's so great. And like I said, what better experience you have playing a mom? You are a mom, and so you get on set. You're doing this. You're playing Naz. You're playing Chad's mom, who of course is played by Nasim Pedrad, who's so good in this. And I was saying, as I'm watching the show, I'm going, hello? Like, I'm so lost in the fact that she is playing this 14-year-old boy. So tell me from your experience working across from her, like, do you get totally lost in the character of Chad and don't even realize it's Nassim?
I do. I mean, really, truly, I always get the question like, did you break? Did you laugh? And look, she was hysterical and brilliant, but it's so real in the moment that I didn't break, because it really is like having this moment with my child, and you do forget. And I remember the first time seeing her as Chad, I was just like completely blown away.
It's crazy. Like, she's so good at it. And I want to know, what your working relationship was with her. Clearly you are both relating to these characters. And like I said, there's nothing like this on television. It's very different from what we're used to seeing, especially with these characters. So for me, I would think that that was a huge draw. But when you're playing this opposite Nassim, and it's very relatable, it had to have affected you, I think, a little bit.
It just makes it easier. When something is relatable and the writing is so good and the actors around you are so wonderful, not only as people, but just the talent just oozes. It just makes it so easy. You just step into it and there's very little effort. There's no effort. There's no thinking. It just feels um, so incredibly real. And it just makes my job so, like, it's just so easy and enjoyable. God, it's like every day on set was like a gift. It was amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it looked like it. It looked like it, and it's a good, group of people too. And what I love about Naz is, she's a mom. She's a single mom. She's raising her kids, and she doesn't get all crazy frazzled like we see other TV moms. She comes from a real place of love and compassion. It's a hard gig trying to raise kids on, never mind on your own. Well, how do you feel about how she is and how she displays herself as a mom?
I mean, she's an amazing mother. I mean, she's amazing. She reminds me of my mom. And so I know that that kind of mom exists. I'm not always that mom
Hmm.
myself, but I know it exists because I had it in my own life. But it's a great reminder that your kids, if they're having a rough time, to come from a place of compassion and understanding, and like put yourself in their shoes. And if you do that, then you're going to have unending patience, and you're going to have comfort for them and love, and you're not going to be like, you know, you're going to want to be there for them. And I think that's, just for whatever reason, Nas is able to do that, you know?
Yeah. It's great. I think people will get a lot from this, and it's funny too because like we say, it's so relatable. But it's such an endearing show, yet there's so many cringe-worthy moments. You know?
Yeah, I definitely know. I mean, even like I know what's going to happen, and I still cringe when I watch it. I mean, it's just there. You know, there are some episodes coming that I was literally like, "No, what are you doing?" But because there's always a laugh, that sort of like pulls you out of that cringy feeling.
Exactly. You don't feel it too cringy for too long. I wanted to ask you, Saba. I'm talking to you from Toronto, Canada. Is it true that your parents emigrated from Iran to Canada originally?
Yes,
Were you born in Canada?
I was born in Ile de Sur. I was born in LaSalle. I grew, lived in Montreal for 7 years. My parents met at McGill University. I have family spread
Yay!
all throughout Canada, and you know, Ottawa. I mean, they're all over, and they've been very excited about Chad as well.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so fantastic. Well, that's good to hear that you've got some Canada in you. We're thrilled for that. Well, congratulations on on the show and everything. And I hope that we'll get to see you, once the borders open. Maybe you'll come back to Canada and visit us here.
Oh, I will definitely come to Canada and visit. It's one of my favorite places. It's a must see all the time.
That is for sure. Well, we'll hold you to that. Congratulations on everything. And thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for talking with me.